When it is Tuesday, oh yeah, on the True Word Television, it is True Wellness Day.
And today is another Tuesday. We are so excited again to join you.
It is a moment to learn.
Action and reaction are always equal and opposite.
To be entertained.
Beautiful.
I can say.
And to be educated.
How do we turn that provocation into maybe a message?
Join this panel with Claudine Salumu.
Don't see the challenges as the end of the world. Let the challenges be a beginning of wisdom.
Elizabeth Brimo.
The best thing for you is to ask for help when needed.
And Victoria Masio.
Accept life as it is.
To talk about life matters, finances, parenting.
Well, right? So we need to speak to the young kind of or middle-aged mother-in-law to be.
Emotional, psychological, health, and mental wellness.
The way you name them will determine how you're going to service them.
Different topics.
Every Tuesday we are coming here with new topics.
Different approaches.
If you do not love yourself, you'll be depressed because somebody else did not show you love.
That's right.
But one goal, to equip your wellness.
So what am I saying? Until you talk, your partner will not know.
The True Wellness Connections, every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Don't dare miss an episode.
Thank you, Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus in this place, and I see Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus in this place, and all I want to do, all I want to do, all I want to do is to worship you. And all I want to do, all I want to do, all I want to do is to worship you. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. Yes, it's Jesus everywhere. I see Jesus in this place, and I see Jesus. I see Jesus. Jesus here and there. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. I see Jesus. Oh, in this place. It's Jesus. It's Jesus. All of the sun, the moon, the stars cry Jesus. It's Jesus. It's Jesus. All of the sun, the moon, and the stars cry Jesus. It's He's all I desire. He's all I want. I want to see in this place. He is all I want. He is everything I desire. And He is all I want. I want to see in this place. Say He's all I want. He's all I want. He's everything I desire. He's all I desire. He's everything I require. He's all I want. I want to see in this place. You're all we need, oh Lord. He's all I want. Jesus, you're all we want. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Good evening, each and everyone. Welcome again to the True Wellness Connections. So, my name is Claudine Salumu. I am your host today, and I am the only one in the studio today. It looks very, very stranger to me. It's my very, very first time that I'm hosting a show by myself. So, let's see how it goes. So, today's topic, we are going to be talking about Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about love, because you know, tomorrow is a Valentine's Day. We thought like, oh, let us talk about that. We are all in the mood. As you can see how I'm dressed up, I'm really in the mood. So we are all dressed up in the mood of Valentine's Day. You know, sometimes people always say like, why do you have to celebrate Valentine's Day? I always love my partner every day. I love my wife every day. I love my husband every day. I love my boyfriend, my girlfriend every day. Why do we have to have a Valentine's Day to celebrate? Why does it have to be so exciting, whereby like most of people, they're like, oh my God, last year I was just hoping that by Valentine's Day I'm going to have somebody special, but now here comes the other Valentine, there's no one is in my life. You know, this particular moment can bring a lot of stress on so many people. You know, think about, can bring a lot of anxiety, like, oh, what is wrong with me? How come nobody approaching me? I've been ready, waiting, like, how come, what's going on? So today is just the same thing that we are going to be talking about, just getting to understand that Valentine's Day, not having somebody special in your life should never be something that really worries you so much. Why? Because you as an individual, you are the one who knows exactly what you want when it comes to relationship, right? And I know left and the right, there's always men, there are women, people who are interested in you, but I don't think you are single because there is no good girl for you or there is no good guy for you. You are single because you are not yet in the right timing, because maybe you have never yet found the person that you like or you love in your life. So what I want to tell you today in this particular season, I just want you to hang on there. Just focus, find something else to focus on. And celebrate with those who are in good relationship and wish them well. Because at this point of time, when maybe you are wishing you could have one, somebody else have lost their relationship. So life is all about a cycle. You just need to be patient with yourself. Know that Valentine's Day is another season like any other season. It's going to come to pass, and tomorrow is going to be another day. So I just want to extend my greetings to my show partners, my dear sister Elizabeth Brimo, who at this point of time is enjoying a holiday, good time with her husband. They went for honeymoon, you know. That's all what I call Valentine, like, you know, taking an extra time to say, you know what, we are taking this moment to celebrate each other, to replenish each other, to renew ourselves. That's why you should not neglect this particular day. Say, I always love her every day. I always love him every day. Go an extra miles for your partner. So, Sister Lizzie and Mr. Brimo, I really wish you all the best. Just enjoy your holiday. I'm expanding other greetings to my dear sister, Pastor Ngozi. Take it easy, okay? Tomorrow is Valentine's Day with Mr. Chris, and I'm pretty much sure Mr. Chris may have some surprise for you. And if he doesn't have one, I hope you have one for him. Again, Valentine's Day, people will say, we celebrate each other. Maybe Pastor Chris always bring me flowers at any time. But today, take an extra miles. Say like, today, we are going to be into each other. We are going to do something special. We are going to find a babysitter so that we can find a time together. So I don't think people should underestimate the opportunity to celebrate love. Love is something so important. You can see, I just want to ask you a question. If somebody genuinely tells you, I love you, how do you feel? Oh God, all the senses within you get shaken, get moved, because just that wonderful word that I love you. So sometimes we need to be intentional in telling each other, expressing each other how much we love each other, how much we mean for each other. Don't just be like, oh, she knows that I love her, or he knows that I love him. Oh yeah, no. Love is just like flowers. You need to be watering it, so that it doesn't dry. You know, I'm appealing more on our African men, also women too, whereby the word I love you is like a taboo. No, we need to hear that. Take a moment to say, I really love you. You know, that when you tell somebody you love them, it's like you are renewing the vow, you know. Hearing that from somebody special, it is so meaningful. That's why you see, when somebody tells you I love you, you'll be like, some people just take an attitude, it's like, oh wow. It's just like a shocking statement, but in another way, it's very well welcomed. So at this point of time, if you are there and you don't have no relationship, I think it's a moment whereby, you know, in a relationship, we need to be prepared. Those who are still looking for a relationship, prepare yourself into that relationship. See something that you need to work on inside you. Because sometimes in a relationship, when people are dating each other or trying to find each other, there are things that they always forget. So I just want to share with you a little something. So whenever you are going for a date with a man or with a woman, with a girl or with a boy, you need a moment to get to know each other. Is it past? Get to know each other, you know, their family history, because the way your partner lived to that day that you met them has influenced how your relationship is going to be. An example is that if you are in a relationship with a girl who has suffered, you know, rejection, who never felt loved, like a girl who was not raised in a household with a man figure, I just want to warn you right now, that woman will be a very, very needy woman who need that attention, who need that closeness. Will be a woman who is very empty, has a lot of room to receive love. So if you don't know how to invest yourself in her, you'll be surprised you have a girl who is always upset, who is always miserable, who seems like you can't satisfy that particular girl. Why? Because this particular woman has an emptiness, a void growing up. That love, affection that she's supposed to receive from a father, never have that opportunity to be raised by a father. You know, there's something so meaningful that I want to, if you are a man following me and you have a daughter, please let your daughter hear from you as a father, to be the first person to tell her how beautiful, how amazing she is. If she has never heard a father telling her she's beautiful, she's amazing, what's going to happen growing up? You go to school, this little young boy tells, oh, you are beautiful, you're amazing. You feel like, I have to run after this girl, this boy, because I don't think there's anybody else that will be there. This is not an opportunity I can ever miss. I have never heard anybody tell me such a thing. Comparing to this girl who always, daddy comes, oh, give a hug, how are you doing, how was your day, how was the school, tell me a little bit, is there any boy and any girl talking to you? Those kind of conversation with your daughter. What does that mean? It helps your daughter growing up knowing how to have a conversation with a man. At the end of the day, it's not going to have those men who can be sugarcoating that will easily buy the heart of your daughter. High school. So most of the time, if you look at, well, those girls who fall into wrong relationship at a young age is because they grow up with such a void in them. They never have anybody to tell them how much they love them. So please, as a dad, blessed you to have girls. Love those girls. Show them the love. Give them a hug. Compliment them. Take them for shopping. Let them feel that closeness so that as they grow older, Valentine's Day will come. If there is no boy around them, the love that they have from their father will be sufficient for them. As the same thing, boys are closer to their mom. Compliment your son. Let your son feel that, oh, my mom loves me. So they won't be falling into those girls that will come to try to lead them in the wrong way at the young age. So that's why I'm saying, when a Valentine is coming, we're going to have to understand the language of love. It's not all about how we set each other on fire for love. Oh, I can't sleep without hearing your voice, or this kind of word, whatever you want. You know yourself how much word you can tell your partner to buy their heart. You can tell, I love you so much, Nalinga Kayo for. Those kind of language. They will come. But if you have an empty cup, then you will be, that will not gonna mean anything. I remember growing up myself, my mom was the second wife to my dad. And the first kids that my dad had, all kids died. So the first kids that my dad was able to have was with my mom. So, and I was the firstborn to my dad. So when growing up, my dad loves me. I don't know how to explain. Like he was like kissing me as much, but he was giving me a hug, like giving me the attention. I don't even know how to explain. So I grow up with my cup full of love. I grew up feeling loved to the point that, to me, if you say don't love me, I was like, okay, you don't love me. It won't really affect me as much. Why? Because my cup is full. I grow up feeling loved. So I had so much love to give because I was full. So if you are a girl who grow up never find that love, like from a father figure, what happened? They will be easily hurt. There are those girl, when you tell them something, they will easily feel abandoned, feel rejected because they are empty. Their cup is empty. They were expecting you to love them, to cherish them, to compliment them. Anything you do, they will always looking at, is he loving me or this and this? Why? Because they have an empty cup. I had a privilege one day to be part of the life of this couple. The girl was always crying, my husband does not love me, does not this and this. I get to the point whereby I had to ask the privilege to speak to the husband. So when I speak to the husband, as much as the wife was crying is as much as the husband was crying. It was a very young couple. They were all in their 20s. So why? The young man did not know what to do anymore to show love. The young man, when he goes to the gym, the wife will be crying that, he just come from work, went to the gym, doesn't care to come here, all those complaints. So the moment I sit down and explain to the husband about where this young girl came from, this young girl came from with a family of, I raised up as a single mom, and their dad rejected them. So the mother of that woman never experienced love. So this woman came in this relationship with that fear that this man is going to do what their dad did to their mom. You can see where they are coming from. So I had really a lot of time to spend with them, explaining to the husband that This woman, all you need is a love. You need to love this woman. You need to listen to her. If she says you come home before you go to the gym, do that. When they say you eat before you do this, just do that. That's the only thing that will help. So this man was very grateful for the advice I gave, because they say pastors, everybody have been in that couple trying to help them. Nothing seemed to work. So speaking of that, is that in the relationship also can get sick. When love goes in the wrong direction, they say that love can kill. Yes, love can kill, and it also can serve. So that's why it is so important to be able to look at it and see what is going on. If you look at 100%, those people that are fighting their relationship, those couples that are breaking, do you think they never love each other? Of course they did. When you look at you are dating, you are introducing each other to the parents, they are paying door, you are having a wedding, all this big party. Of course there is a love, there is a love. But what is more important right now in your relationship, you need to be able to know a relationship is a mutual effort. It's like, I will call a relationship like a company whereby both of you are shareholders. You need to equally invest in that relationship so that everyone feels the best interest of keeping that relationship together. That's why you see when we get married, they always ask us, will you be there for each other for better, for worse? Oh my God, we quickly say, oh yes, I will. In terms of sickness, will you hold him or hold her in sickness? Oh yes, I will. All I want is just to get out of there and got the ring, dancing. Then you feel that is okay. But I just want to tell you that in the relationship, it's not as sweet as roses as it is when you are dating. To that time you are getting married, to that first year. It's a time thereby you are going to start to discover each other. But know that you still need to hold on your covenant. So that's why just don't rush. Because in the relationship, in the marriage, somebody say it's one big door. Many people are rushing, I want to go get married. You want to go to get married. Other people, they are just saying, oh, I want to get out of this. I want to get out of this marriage. It's hurting. It's both ways. But one thing I want to let you know is that the relationship should never hurt. Love should never hurt. Love is supposed to be patient, supposed to be securing, supposed to be everything good you ever imagine is in love. That's why even the Bible, God recommends us to love each other, because once we love each other, that's it. We will be patient with one another. Even my mistake will be covered by your love that you have for me. You won't see it. That's what they always say. Love is blind. What does it mean? When you love me, you get to the point, even in my mistake, you won't see it. You tolerate it because you love me, And other thing you need to understand, in the relationship, there's always a give and take. Don't think that your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, you will be 100% the best. You should be kidding yourself. There is something, there's another side about your relationship you have not seen. So as you are celebrating Valentine, I'm going to invite you to take a moment to review the status of your relationship. Is there any red flag in your relationship? Marriage, you never wake up in the middle of sleeping, you're like, you wake up, okay, it's over. Never like that. You may not have known what have been going behind the scene, but the relationship also always ended starting with some red flags. That's why it is very important, as each other who is watching me, whether you are dating somebody, whether you are already in a relationship, whether you are married, keep your eyes open on those red flags that may bring any issue in your relationship, and begin working on them one by one. How do I do that? First of all, you have to be humble to each other. As a couple especially, you need to be humble to each other. Why? Why can't you be humble to each other? You know each other inside out. You know each other more than your own parent knows you. What's a big deal of being humbled? Tell each other that I don't like this side of you. Can we work on these ones? I don't like this side of you. Can we work on this one? You need to be open and straightforward toward each other. The same way you can be naked without being ashamed toward each other, you shouldn't be ashamed when there is something that seems to be not going right. Why? If you don't want to fix it, one day it will be public. What you are trying to hide, one day it will go public. So that's why it's so important that you need to seek to fix the issues in your relationship so that your love can continue to be burning. That's why we have professional counselors. I strongly encourage every couple, every relationship. Please try the same way we do have family doctors, we have our optometrists, we have our dentists. You need to have a family counselor. I'm advising you this. Myself, one class I enjoyed as a student was family counseling. That was the best class I ever enjoyed. And every student will tell you that. It was a channel in the way that each and everyone as a student, we felt that there's a kind of counseling, there's a kind of area in our life that's being discovered. Some people, they say, oh yeah, we don't want to talk about our story in the people. We don't want anybody else to know what is happening. Yeah, they will know in the wrong way. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, when you go to family counseling as a relationship, you are dating, maybe you are thinking about getting married and you are starting to see some kind of red flag, you know, or we are in the marriage, you start to feel like my love toward my wife, toward my husband is no longer the same. That's the time you need to seek family counseling. When it comes to family counseling, they listen to you. They will help you discover what is bringing that discomfort in the marriage, so you can look after the issues. Because most of the time, all of you are like, me, I am not going to do this, I am not going to do that. But yet something is wrong with you, you don't know. You need somebody to speak to you. You do. Love is like a double sharpened knife. If it, in one way is not well managed, it can bring a chaos to each other. People get to think about, but we just had a wedding. Our wedding was just an amazing. What did I do wrong to this woman that she's treating me like this? Sometimes when you are not sure, you have all the reason to seek for counseling. Have you seen sometimes the relationship is ending? The relationship is so painful. And somebody asks you what is wrong. You don't have no explanation. That means there is a question mark there. That's the time you seek professionals. Those professionals, they go to school for 4 years. Just specialized to help you and me. Everyone in a relationship so that you can be able to discover. Even though when a marriage can end, you are already divorced, whatever the case may be, you still need counseling. So that in your new relationship that you're going to go to, you are not going to break it the same way you broke the previous one. That's why counseling is so important. Whether you are already in the relationship or you are starting it or you are breaking it, you still need to face counseling so you can be able to realize that I lost this relationship because of this part of me was not straight. So that when you're going to enter into your next relationship, you know how to deal with your woman, you know how to deal with your man. Because what have destroyed the previous relationship will indeed destroy the next relationship. Because what destroyed it is a part of you that you do not know yourself. But yet you are stubborn to go try to seek for help. So that's why today, as we are celebrating Valentine, or celebrating love, take a moment to think about the journey that you'll be getting involved into that love, knowing that there will be bumps into that journey in the relationship. Bumps is a part of the journey, part of the story, part of the, there's no big deal. Back when we always say, when you put the pots in the same basket, they can usually bang each other. Other things that I want to really mention, when you're in a relationship, make sure you don't want to be a burden to your partner. You want to make sure that, am I being a blessing to my relation, to my partner? Am I being a blessing to my wife? Am I being a blessing to my husband? Because you should be able to celebrate the relationship at the same level. No one should be in the relationship knowing that, oh, this person is taking advantage of me, or taking advantage of me. No, the relationship is just like you are all shareholders. Everything you do about yourself should be what promotes you together as a couple in the same direction. And they also don't be in a relationship whereby you are being tolerated. Oh, I just tolerate being with my wife. I just tolerate being with my husband. This is not really where I wanted to be. Like, I was forced to marry her. I was forced, like, what I was expecting is no longer the same. Has changed her mind, this and this. No. Relationship should never be tolerated. It should be celebrated. To me, I always say, if I cannot celebrate you, and you cannot celebrate me, what's the point? We have to come up in full knowing, why are we no longer celebrating each other? That's where counseling comes in, because we are all human beings, far away from being perfect. That's why sometimes for us as Christians, we are all told that we will never be perfect. I don't care how much you can preach. I don't know how much I know Genesis to Revelation. As a human being, I will never be perfect. So when I know I will never be perfect, at one point in time, I will need somebody to come into my life to help me see the other side of myself that I do not know. I may think I'm perfect. I always tell people, please, if you see something that is not right in me, I would love you to come with that constructive feedback, calling me and say, Mama Claudine, I'm sorry I have to tell you this. I look at this area, I look at this and this. I will be humbled to say thank you. Even though I may not accept your suggestion, but at least I would celebrate the fact that you were honest to come and tell me what you think. So that's why we should live in a relationship. Never ever know that, think you know it all. In a relationship, we never graduate. We never graduate. We will learn until the day we are buried. I remember one thing, like watching my parents growing. Again, in a relationship also, the way we came from is amazing how it affects our relationship. My dad and my mom, they really buried each other. And the other thing that was so important, my mom was well cherished more than any other woman, because dad had already broken. The first wife never gave her kids. Mom, as the second wife, was the one who was able to give birth to 5 kids. Unfortunately, even those 5 kids that my mom gave birth to, 2 kids died the same day. You can tell. So my dad has always been somebody who give love to his wife, give love to his mom, to his children. I remember one day when we were doing the last of celebration of life on here. We were doing celebration of life for my dad when my dad passed away. One thing I said, and I still remember it, I said, I wish my husband would treat me the same way my dad treated my mom. My dad was always there for my mom. So I have a full empty cup on what is expected on how a man should treat a woman. At the same time, if you are a man, you are coming in the background where you have never seen your dad treating your mother well, you may not know how to treat your wife well. So that's why it's so important as we are managing our relationship and everything going on. Let us all take into consideration where each and everyone have come from, because those areas influence how we live our relationship of today. And the other things, as I'm going to the end, just know that in a relationship, if God have allows you to be together, dating each other, growing your relationship, please respect one another. Respect one another. Even when the relationship is breaking, you have to still respecting one another. Don't be those couple who only see the good side, the bad side of your individual. Just remember there is a good side of your partner. There is a reason why you came together until where you are today, because they were a good side for each other. Learn how to celebrate each other. Even at the last minute, learn how to celebrate each other. The reason why you have come to be where you are today is just because you work together so well. Even when things happen to go wrong a little bit, keep respect toward each other. Don't be those people who, when the relationship happen to end, you become bitter toward it. Especially black people, African people, you are so bad in that area. If the relationship ended, it ended because there is something that ended that relationship. There is. Take a moment to say, Claudine, I should have done better in this relationship. Now look at what happened. I should have done this way in a relationship with my wife. This is what happened. Think about that particular situation that led you to your relationship ending, and from that time, learn what you can do better for your next relationship. But never take your relationship, your partner, your wife, your boyfriend, your husband as an enemy because you are no longer going to continue the way together. No, you never know who's going to give you the water another day. Especially if you have kids together. No, you will always going to be co-parent. You will always going to be together. So that's why you have to celebrate each other. That's why Dr. Munro says, the last things you want to see in a relationship is the divorce. Why? Because divorce, you are divorcing with somebody, and you still don't want to see the person. That's even crazy. That's crazy. That means you divorce the person you're not ready to divorce. When the divorce takes place, you have to say, okay, I'm going to come and meet you because this child is sick or this is happening. Or if you never even have a child together, you can still once in a while maybe say hi to each other or have coffee. Who knows? It depends on where you are in life. So do not ever be in a relationship whereby you take each other as an enemy. No, you couldn't continue together. At the end of the day, there is no more reason why you should be enemy for each other. So for those who are in love today, I am wishing you all the best. Please do your very best to keep your relationship so that tomorrow after tomorrow, if things goes wrong, at least you know, as far as I am concerned, I did my very best. There is one thing, even if I take a little bit of Bible verses, I remember when Jesus was being crucified, Pilate never wanted Jesus to be crucified. He didn't think there is a reason why he could be crucified. Everyone stone him, stone. Pilate said at the end of the day, listen to me. I wash my hand. The blood of this man should never be on my head. That's the last word I have for you. In your relationship, make sure you have done your every very best to hold that relationship together. You have done the every very best to keep that covenant for each other together. If things end up by going the wrong direction, at least you have washed your hand. Even the Lord will be your witness. So until we see each other again next week on Tuesday, I'm wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day, and please celebrate one another, give each other presents if you can, hug each other, talk about your situation, and rebuild, renew, and replenish yourself, because the journey together should be for life. Okay, until we see each other next week, bye bye. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you all.
When it is Tuesday, oh yeah, on the True Word Television, it is True Wellness Day.
And today is another Tuesday. We are so excited again to join you.
It is a moment to learn.
Action and reaction are always equal and opposite.
To be entertained.
Beautiful, I can say.
And to be educated.
How do we turn that provocation into maybe a message?
Join this panel with Claudine Salumu.
Don't see the challenges as the end of the world. Let the challenges be a beginning of wisdom.
Elizabeth Brimo.
The best thing for you is to ask for help. when needed.
and Victoria Macio
Accept life as it is.
to talk about life matters, finances, parenting,
Well, right? So we need to speak to the young kind of or middle-aged mother-in-law to be.
emotional, psychological, health, and mental wellness.
The way you name them will determine how you're going to service them.
Different topics,
Every Tuesday we are coming here with new topics.
different approaches.
If you do not love yourself, you'll be depressed because somebody else did not show you love.
That's right.
But one goal: to equip your wellness.
So what am I saying? Until you talk, your partner will not know.
The True Wellness Connections, every Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Don't dare miss an episode.
You are watching the True Word Television, spreading the true word of salvation.